When my dad used to get in trouble, he would have to go see his dad and he would be smacked with a slipper.
Your dad was the deputy head and his dad was the head, and he used to go to the office because he had been...
No!
Welcome to Real English.
With real teachers.
With Harry and Charlie.
So the first debate is going to be whether we think children should be hit still by their parents. Yeah, you like that?
Great idea. I think it's a great first topic. We just go straight in at the meaty stuff and just really tackle these issues that need to be talked about.
Yeah.
You know, other English teachers aren't willing to talk about this. We are.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on the news, is it? You're not hearing this in BBC World Service. So tune in to Real English with Real Teachers to get the proper news that you need.
Before we get going with the video, we would like to tell you about an online language learning platform that we have been using a lot over the last couple of years, and we love it. italki is a convenient, affordable website which connects language learners like you to native teachers of those languages. Whatever your goals are in English, whatever your level is, and however big or small your wallet is, italki has the right teacher for you. Mine's massive, but it doesn't have much money in it, just got £10. But £10 is enough for a lesson. Unbelievably, some of the teachers on this website are charging as little as $10 an hour, which I think is incredible, really. So if you really want to reach fluency with your English, but you have a really busy schedule, we really recommend that you check out italki. And the great news is, now that we are partnering with italki, we have been able to get you $10 of italki credits when you sign up for your first italki lesson. So, enjoy this video and then sign up for your first italki lesson using the link in the description box below this video. I hope you enjoy that, guys. Let's get back to the video.
So, without further ado, how do you feel about this, Harry?
Well, as someone who received very light parental abuse as a kid, I feel I can't really empathise with someone who has really been beaten as a child. I guess, what's the reason for beating a child, would you say?
Well, yeah, we should just state this is definitely not abuse. This is to discipline, light discipline, a little bit of a spank, just to say, not again, don't do that, that's naughty. You shouldn't steal that 1 penny sweet, you know. Naughty boy.
Okay, so we are talking of a form of punishment where a parent will hit a child. I think, yeah, like I said, light parental hitting of the child, I think that's okay. I think sometimes it's necessary, but with most things there has to be a limit, and maybe you are teaching a child an action that's really not healthy and it's not good for his or her development, and will probably have a negative knock-on effect on their development and the way they treat other people.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I remember, so my parents did hit me around the face. Nah, joking. No, they did, I think it was mainly my dad. He would lightly spank me on the thigh. And I remember thinking, you know, you can't solve everything just with a bit of violence, Dad. And I wanted to tell him that. So I think even a little bit of spanking ends up with a slightly warped sense of how people deal with situations. So yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it could be light, but then again, there's so many new techniques out there in the parenting world that allows for discipline without physical violence. What do you think of that?
I think so. Before we delve into that, I want to know, you said your dad spanked you, and you said it was on your thigh. Now I thought that a spank had to be on your bottom. Is that a real spanking if it's just on your thigh?
Well, I thought it was kind of like upper thigh towards the cheek. So it's just anything fleshy around there.
Okay, were you a fleshy child?
No, I was all skin and bones actually. What about you? Were you a fatty?
I wasn't a fatty, but I was a bit chubby. I've always had chubby cheeks, but you know, I've had a kind of slender physique, sure. But I had chubby cheeks, good for smacking. And interestingly, you were spanked, because my parents opted for a different form of punishment. They would smack me on my face.
No, they didn't. Really?
Yeah, they did. And I seem to remember my dad smacked me on my arm sometimes, and my mum, she definitely used to smack me around the face. But this happened very rarely, and I think I told this in a live lesson once. My mum poured a bowl of cereal over my head once. That's the worst. That's the worst punishment I ever got, and that was instant punishment. It was like I said something, I instantly had a bowl of Frosties over my face.
Did you think that was a fair punishment for your action?
Oh, the bowl of cereal, I thought it was very unjust, very, very unfair. I was not happy with that.
Okay, so do we kind of think it's crossing the line when there's milk involved? So if it's just a little bit of a tap, it's fine. If there's any milk, get out of here, lock them up.
Yeah, if she smacks you on the bum, or a little hit on the hand, or even just a little slap, that's fine. But when she reaches into the fridge and she gets the milk, I'm calling social services. I have one thing I wanted to say. We're saying it's okay to hit someone lightly or hard enough so that they know what they've done wrong. And they can repent, they can ponder, and they can think, okay, I shouldn't have done that. But what do you think about using instruments? So we talked about milk, but what about other things like belts, forks, spoons? Is it okay to use them?
Knives, yeah. Bring on the knives. No. So I think the slipper was the last weapon of choice that I remember my dad used to use his dad used to use on him at school. He was the deputy head, and when my dad used to get in trouble, he would have to go see his dad, and he would be smacked with a slipper.
Wait. Your dad was the deputy head and his dad was the head, and he used to go to the office because he had been...
No. My dad was a child, and he went to his dad's school. And then when he got in trouble, he went to the deputy head, which was his dad. Yeah.
I was just imagining your dad, like he's given the wrong homework to a kid, and then his dad finds out what he's done, and he calls your dad to the office, and then smacks your dad round the bum with a slipper. I would love that. So
other weapons. I think weapons are a little bit dated now. I think it's gone. You got to put the belt away. Just put it away, and if you must, use just a hand on the buttocks. I think that's it. In public, when I see a mum hit their child, it's very awkward, and everyone looks at each other like, oh.
Yeah.
But if she turned her around and she little slap on the bottom, then we're kind of like, okay, yeah, she's the parent, hopefully she's the parent.
Sure.
She can do that.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I do agree with you. I completely agree with you. I think there's a line, and we shouldn't be using instruments. I wouldn't say they're dated, because with anything, we have the evolution of punishment. Maybe there are other things we can do, and there's other instruments we could use that could condition the child to behave more sensibly. Like maybe if you hit a child with their favourite computer game, maybe that would have a positive effect on them.
Hang on, do you not agree with the belt and the slipper and the other devices that they used in the early 1900s? Do you not think that can be classed as dated anymore, or now?
I think as a fashion item, I would say slippers are dated. But as a punishment and as a tool...
It's just because I've got some on.
It's not just that, I just think they're ridiculous.
Just having a go, aren't you?
But actually, I am having a go at your slip.
I'm gonna you.
I do think they're really stupid. But as a tool of punishment, I actually think they're a good alternative to a hand. Because a hand is not very efficient. It can hurt you.
We're
and
not
the
wanting
person...
efficiency. Definitely not wanting efficiency. That would encourage overwhelming abuse. This would bring back, child abuse.
I don't agree with you. I think that we don't need to bring it back. We're always going to have child abuse because kids.
What? No, we're not. No, we're not. No, there's so many ways that you can avoid it. Like the Super Nanny. You see that program where they bring in those techniques where they go on the naughty step. That's like their punishment. It's psychological, but it's also helping them get over doing something naughty.
Okay, let's talk about the naughty step. So the naughty corner. So there you are conditioning a child's bad behaviour with isolation, right? Which is a good idea. I remember standing in the corner. I had the naughty corner in my house. And I remember the naughty corner because it joined the playroom, which is where we had just a normal dining room table with a net on so we could play ping pong. that was the playroom. And it also had other toys, my favourite toys, Action Man, Ninja Turtles, things like that. And the torture of being in the naughty corner was you look in the playroom, you'd see everyone having fun and you're there having a miserable time on your own.
Which is a perfect punishment. It shows you what you could have been having if you hadn't misbehaved.
You know what? Really is a good punishment, the naughty corner.
I do get what you mean about the isolation. You could have gone further with that because it's actually the worst punishment in the world. If you take a prison, you look who is really fucked up. Those ones, they're in the isolation centres because that's the worst way you can deal with a human, isn't it?
It is. It's torture. It's absolute torture. And then when you're in the naughty corner or you're in solitary confinement in prison, you start doing even weirder stuff. Like, I don't know. Just really thinking about all the mad shit, all the horrible stuff you're going to do when you get out the naughty corner. And I think that's...
Is that what you did? When you were in the naughty corner, you could see your brother and sister having fun over the little table tennis dinner table, and you were thinking, oh, I'm going to get that bat and I'm going to hit them on the head. I'm going to shove that ball in their mouth and punch them in the face. Is that what you wanted?
What I did is I looked under the stairs and I saw my dad's slippers. And I thought, I'm going to get one of them and batter my brother with it. That'll teach him. But I think there we come to the conclusion that naughty corner can be quite a dangerous thing. And actually, when you look at countries that have really low rates of reoffending after being incarcerated, after being put in jail and then they're released, like Norway, they have a very different way of rehabilitating people in prisons. They send them off, they do community activities, they teach them new things. I think we should do that when a child's done something bad. Say, maybe take them to another room and teach them some new phrasal verbs or something.
Teach them. Yeah, but this is a completely different ballpark, because as soon as you get into the adult realm of punishment, you can't literally physically punish them. That's not within our law-abiding world, is it? That's the only thing. A sentence of time.
It is in some countries. Okay, in some countries. But we're talking about the way that we've grown up, aren't we? Sure. Yeah.
So, isolation as a child for 5 minutes isn't going to turn you into a psychopath thinking about all those demons inside your head that need to come out as soon as you're released.
All the cats you could kill. Imagine that. Imagine if you've been caught with your sister's hamster and Or no, like a gerbil. Gerbils are better because they've got a tail, so you can hold them up by their tail. So you got your sister's gerbil, you go like that, and then your mum says, hey, put that gerbil down, get in the naughty corner. And then you go to the naughty corner, you start thinking, that was fun. I wonder what other animals I could do that with.
So it gives you time to concentrate on how to extend the previously performed behaviour that ended you up in isolation.
Basically.
I think I spend my time thinking about who wronged me to get me into that situation, which I suppose that could be a scenario that could escalate.
Coming back to the main question then, do we think it's okay to a certain extent to use a little bit of physical or mental punishment to a child?
I'm gonna say at this moment we're not publicly aware enough of all of these strategies, because they are tiring, and it's easy to say you should be smarter, you should be better with your ways in dealing with a child, but at the moment the world isn't ready to completely remove a smack or a little spank. So I'm going to say it's okay for the next decade.
But you don't know what's going to be happening in the next decade. Maybe we should be reviewing it again in 10 years. We'll do another video.
And we'll have kids then, and we'll be able to say, you know, should we have smacked them yet or not, or have we smacked them?
Yeah, Charlie, how's the spanking going?
Oh, I've got to get some new slippers.
Hopefully by then slippers will be banned as well. Like no one will be wearing. They would have died out completely. That's the dream.
I will keep them in business. I promise you that. Okay, so there's the debate on whether we should abuse children. No, we're joking. Not abuse. Whether you should punish a child with a little bit of a hit. Still in this modern day, we are saying that's okay, right? As long as it's soft, there's no marking damage, or there's no how can we say it?
No permanent damage to
Yeah, but even that's too easy to avoid. As long as it's not damaging for the child.
As long as they can walk afterwards.
As long as they've got their legs intact still.
Yeah, you can do anything you want to their arms, but just don't.
Just no broken bones.
Yeah, no long-term damage, and they've got to be able to feel it, sure, but not too hard.
Not too hard. Go easy on your kids.
So there we have a profound debate among two professionals who clearly know what they are talking about. Remember to take note of everything language related and nothing else. Seriously, don't start hitting your kids because of this. Remember to grab your $10 worth of italki credits and get practicing the new phrases we've just taught you in context. And of course, check out our website for more ways to bring your language learning alive. Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more debates like this one. All our best, and catch you next time on Real English with Real Teachers.